Welcome to this 30-minute yoga practice geared towards strength and mobility. We will be starting slow and swift and doing some challenging poses that I will offer modifications for all levels. I really encourage you to leave judgment out of your practice, come with an open heart and an open mind, and together let's get to it. Joining in a comfortable seat in a crisscross applesauce. Just let yourself land. You can fidget, allow your humanness. Finding your balance today as you rock a little side to side. And just letting yourself, again, be human if you need a crisscross applesauce. And find and land exactly where you are, my friends. You can exhale, heavy the chin towards the chest. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. Exhale, fold and shrug the shoulders. Chin tucks towards the chest. Exhale, chin reaches to the sky. Exhale, folding and softening. Inhale, rolling the shoulders up and back as you settle in to this Sukhasana pose. Bringing the hands up towards the shoulders, exhale, twisting side to side in this short fire breath. As you twist, inhale, exhale. So find this fire twisting breath at your own pace. This is a deeply detoxifying, a awakening, a heating breath that you can take as fast or as slow as you would like. Slowing, and allowing yourself to bring a hand to the heart and a hand to the belly, and just notice whatever you notice as you set an intention for your practice. Set an intention for yourself of why you came here. Why did you choose to show up for this class? What brought you here? I know for me, it's because I always feel better after yoga. Just settling in to an organic breath and exhaling, allowing your breath to just guide you here, to show up fully and completely for yourself for this practice, to let go of judgment and just be exactly where you are today, allowing the breath to come in. As you exhale, the eyelashes open, hands come towards the knees, and this time swap the feet if they were crossed in one direction. Exhale the left arm long, right hand reaches across, tipping the head towards the right shoulder. Reach and stretch, my love. Welcome the breath in and let it dissipate. Really finding what you need out of the stretch. Here, as we're seated, activate through your pelvic wall. Hug and knit the ribs together to keep active through the low body as you're stretching through the upper body. Beautiful. Exhale back to center. Right arm reaches, left ear moves towards the left shoulder. You can reach that hand up and get yourself this nice diagonal reach and stretch into the neck. Noticing any tension or tightness that you might collected in your shoulders or your neck, and just breathe into that space. Wonderful, my friend. Exhale, chin melts forward. You can give yourself a helping hand and really just breathe. It might be ouchy, it might be crickety, poppity, there might be pain, maybe your face is squishing up. What do you need here as you breathe? Exhale, chin dives up to the sky. You can use that helping hand at the base of the jawline underneath the chin. And I really encourage you to settle into the pain because it's part of the practice. As you make your body into a hands and knees position, extend the arms long, sink the sit bones back for an extended child's pose. Give yourself a moment to stretch from the fingertips to the sit bones and rest here in this pose of gratitude. In the eye of your mind, awaken, I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. And what are you grateful for today? Gratitude is a beautiful way to shift how we're feeling, tenting up on the hands and walking over to the side on the right, compressing the right body and expanding the left as breath comes in and breath softens. You can keep tented up or press down into the palms, whatever's in your practice. As you exhale back to center, perhaps reaching up, creating a little bit more space between the vertebrae before you walk to the left side. This time, right side body expands and left contracts. Breath welcomes in and sends it away. Inhale completely as you walk hands back to center. Float chin, chest, and hips down towards the mat. Extend the forearms long, toes down towards the mat for a Sphinx pose. Exhale the chin up towards the sky for your first gentle back bend of today's yoga practice. And notice if it's really tense or tight and you need to modify and maybe slide the forearms a little bit forward. Can you find your edge, that space between too much and not enough? Hands go below the shoulders, pushing up to a tabletop position, my friend. Exhaling side to side. You can roll up each wrist as you warm up the wrist, awakening the wrist. This morning, you can walk the fingers out to the sides of the mat and just shift side to side. Does it feel good to go horizontally? Maybe you want to bring the weight from one side to the other to deepen this stretch in the wrists, the forearms, the shoulders. Beautiful, my friend. Finding what you need. And if it's in your practice, you can walk the fingertips back towards the knees. If it's not in your practice, find what feels good for you. Maybe a shake, shake, shake of the wrist, because it might be a lot, and it's okay if it is. Allow your breath to guide you into the pain in your wrists and your hands, my lovely friend. Exhale the hands back to center, flipping the tops of the hands down, and you can bend up. So I know this can be awkward, but join me in being awkward. A lot of yoga poses are, and this is one of those transformational poses that we don't know how much we need it until we actually do it. Extend, pressing the hands down into the earth. Hips reach up and back for a downward facing dog. Really hollow through the front body. Ears want to reach in towards the inner arms. Maybe you want to pedal out the heels here. Maybe you would like to find a little stillness. Find yourself in a three-legged dog now. Right heel reaches up to the sky. You can also modify by just tapping the toes back on the mat. Find what feels good for you as you steady your breath. Find strength. Inhale, tuck the knee towards the chin for a plank. Exhale all the way back for that three-legged dog. Inhale, knee comes towards the opposite elbow. Exhale back. Inhale, step the foot forward, but you might need a little helping hand down on the knee. You can press the knee down on the left side. Hands reach for the hips here. You can keep the knee in alignment with the ankle or deepen this by extending the arms and pressing the knee past the ankle for a crescent lunge. Find your steadiness of breath. Find your strength by hugging your pelvic wall, squeezing your inner thighs together, and breathe here. Exhale, arms back to the sides and hoist the body up for a standing lunge now. You're up on that front toe pad. Hands reach up for this extended lunge. Breath comes in. Exhale, twist towards the bent leg here, my beautiful friend. If you need to back off and straighten that bent knee in the front, you can find what you need here. Exhale the breath. Beautiful. Hand on the left reaches down towards the mat for an extended side angle, twisted variation. Right hand reaches up high towards the sky. Get rooted in the feet. You can also float down to the knee if you need. Hands reach for the outside, one on the outside, one on the inside. Exhale, heel reaches up, body shifts back for a half of a split. Getting a lovely stretch in your hamstring and your calf. And I really encourage you to just breathe into the pain as you shift the body forward, stepping the body back into a kneeling plank or an extended plank. Really hollow out for the front body. Affirm to yourself, I am strong. Find your strength by being strong. This is how we get stronger, my lovely light. And press back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels, roll out the ankles. Set yourself up for success. What do you need here in your second down dog of the day? As we come in for the sequence, on the opposite side, left heel reaches up. You can also modify by just tapping the toes back. There is no stress or strain in where you are in your practice. It's okay to be where you are. We'll come in for that variation in just a moment where the knee comes forward, transition comes, knee reaches for the chin, heel back up to the sky, exhale, knee towards the opposite elbow, heel reaches up, and this time we will step through. And it's okay if you need a helping hand or a little support to get there. Come down on the knee on the right and bend through the knee on the left. Extend the arms up for this version of crescent lunge. You can press the knee past the ankle joint and you can tip the chin up to the sky to create a gentle back bend here. This is a beautiful stretch that creates strength, mobility in the body. It's very dualistic in nature. Beautiful. Inhale, hug those inner thighs together. Come up onto that toe pad. Exhale, twist towards the bent leg for this twisted version of a lunge. Finding your steadiness in your breath as you welcome it in and sending that breath away. Noticing where your balance is today. Notice any thoughts arising. And just be present as you exhale the right hand down, left hand reaches up for the sky. Modification is knee can float down wherever you are in your practice. It is perfectly fine to be here. Breath comes in for this twisted, extended side angle. Breath comes in and sends it away. Get rooted in your foot and hand in the front. Beautiful. Hand reaches down, float down on the knee, and then exhale the leg on the left, long heel down, toes up for a half of a split. If you need a bend, if it's really tight in your hamstring, it's okay. Find what you need. If you want to deepen this, you can start hinging at the hips and find yourself in this half of a split. Beautiful. Walking the body forward, planting the hands, stepping back to your version of kneeling plank or extended plank. You can float to your belly or chaturanga and back bend of your choice. Maybe it's a baby cobra. Maybe you're ready for an upward facing dog. Just find strength in whatever version of a back bend you choose. Send the body back to the downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels, hollow through the front body. Really press and root the fingers in towards the earth. Float to the knees and come back for an extended child's pose. Hips come back towards the heels. Arms reach long. And I want you to just settle in. And once again, find your pose of gratitude and just tap into what are you grateful for today. Beautiful. Inhale the body, plank back to that downward facing dog as you just find stillness. Maybe it's a plank, maybe you want to float to the belly, chaturanga to an up dog, maybe you just want a cobra. Find what you need and then push back to down dog, and you can hop, step, or walk to the top of your mat. I know that was a little swift transition, but you have got this. Exhale into Uttasana, a forward fold, as we slow it down a little bit here. And heavy your head. You can heavy the arms. Perhaps you would like to grab opposite elbows. Find that energy rush or rise as you inhale. raising for half of a flat back, floating up to the tops of the shins. Lengthen from the crown of the head to the sit bones. Beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Uttasana. Sit bones come back. Weight comes into the heeled. Utkatasana now. Transition to a chair pose. Hands can reach up or they can Namaste Mudra to your heart as you find strength as you hug the inner thighs together. You can come to a Namaste Mudra and twist with me to the right. You can reach the forearm on the left across the thighs, or if you have been here before and you would like to bind and wrap the elbow around the knee, you can. Find your version of a twisted chair that feels strengthening to you, and you might not be able to come down, or maybe you can come down further than me. Exhale back to center here. Beautiful twist to the left. Option is yours. Once again, the hand can come across the thigh, or you can come in that Namaste Mudra and hook the elbow to the opposite knee. Breath comes in. Steady yourself as you exhale, forward fold. Ooh, that might have been hard, and I hope it was, because you can do hard things. Hands reach down. You can exhale, float your body up, holding in for a plank and back to that downward facing dog. Getting strong here once again. Taking a little stillness this time in your downward facing dog, my lovely light. Breath comes in, strengthens through the hands. You can pedal the heels. You can transition and float to the belly or chaturanga to an upward dog, or maybe a bhujangasana, whatever it is that you need, my friend. Pushing the body back to that downward dog. You can take baby steps. You can walk or hop to the top of the mat. As we sink the sit bones down, open the feet up for a malasana. If the heels are off the mat, this is completely fine. The hands can also reach for support, opening up through the hips, really deepening into those painful spaces within your hips, knowing that you have got this, getting rooted, feeling strong and more mobile and flexible is exactly what you're going to feel after this practice. Beautiful work, my friend. Notice your mind and any resistance. Exhale the hands down. Extend the legs for Uttasana, a forward fold. Maybe you're feeling tense and tight. Maybe you would like to ragdoll side to side. Find what you need here. This is your practice. Inhale, sliding for half of a flat back, creating a long line of energy from the top of the head to the sit bones. Exhale, forward fold and reverse swan dive up to standing, my friend. Hands can meet in a prayer in the front of the heart as we step to the top of the mat for a balancing pose. Beautiful. This is your mountain pose as you just take a moment to settle in. Right heel reaches up and you can roll at the ankle. First variation, you can find a wall, you can reach for the knee, or just you can come up off the heel. That's your first variation. There's no shame in where you are. Second variation, just interlacing at the knee, or you can thread underneath of the knee with the heel extended out. That's your third variation. The more advanced variation is you can peace finger or reach for the foot. My legs are about 2 to 3 inches longer than my arms, so I always need to bend. Find what you need. Find balance as you root through your opposite foot. Focus. Breathe. Bend the heel down, and you can, first variation is you can tap the toes back and hinge the body forward and hands in a prayer. If you would like to deepen this, you can reach down for a set of blocks or start floating the heel up. Hands can reach for the heart for Virabhadrasana 3 or Warrior 3. Wherever you are in your balance, you can airplane the arms to the sides. The most advanced variation is the hands reach forward. You can point the pointer fingers out. Balance and just be. Welcome that breath in. Send it away. Exhale. Woohoo. Maybe you fall out, and that's okay. And maybe you can wiggle around. And I notice when I teach in-person yoga how serious we get in our balancing posture. So join me. Get a little weird and wacky. You can massage out your hips and thighs and shake it side to side before we do that balancing posture on the other side. So whatever you need. Find it here. This is your practice, my friend, and I hope that you really can find some fun within your practice. Now, opposite side. Beautiful work. Root the opposite foot. Your first variation is just the heel comes up, right? Second is hold onto the knee, rolling out the ankle, big ankle roll. Or that third variation after the knee is you can extend the leg long and start interlacing the fingers underneath of the knee. But I'm losing my balance once again. So we're back up to the knee. Whatever version that you want to try, I want you to meet yourself there. So do it now and find your strength. Find your strength by doing something maybe out of your comfort zone. Maybe it's that peace finger on the toes, and maybe you're feeling wobbly right away. It's okay to do hard things, and it's okay to fall out, and it's okay to stay rooted. Breath comes in, allowing a little joy in your balancing posture, allowing yourself to let go of the judgment and be present. I know that these poses teach us about how to bring balance into our life. Okay, it might burn. Maybe you need to tap back before you transition to that warrior three. The first variation is the toes can just tap back and the heart can start hinging forward with the hands on the hips. Or if your body will allow you, you can reach down for blocks. Maybe hands want to come to the heart. Heel will reach up. You're making this horizontal line with the body. But guess what? Even your yoga instructor falls out of the poses. So if you're trying something a little bit new, maybe you want to extend the arms for the more advanced variation, but it's okay to do the variation that feels best for you as you challenge yourself, as you breathe in strength from the mountains and the trees, and exhale it down and shake it out. And I want you to smile and shake it around, because yoga can be fun. It does not have to be so serious. Give yourself a little pat, 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 or a little fist on the sides and the butte. Find what you need as you extend the toes out. Heels come in for a beautiful goddess squat. Sink down in the sit bones with the hands to the heart. Maybe you want to float the hands out. Find what feels good for you. I love to create a little bit more freedom, a little bit more intuitive movement that's more flowy. So flow with me and breathe and smile and be the beautiful goddess that you are, man or woman. Like, we all have this feminine and masculine nature within us. It is time to set yourself free, to strengthen, to root, to shift side to side, to trust that your body is a powerful, sacred vessel, my beautiful friend. With each breath, which each movement that you take here in this lovely practice, exhale the feet up. Wonderful. You can step it back a little bit, reach and stretch the hands above, take up space. You are a beautiful, shining star, my lovely light. Creating a Y with the upper body. You can exhale, halfway forward fold. Reach the hands above, squeeze through the pelvic wall and the abdominals here, creating this wide-legged half forward fold. Finding your strength, and exhale, fold it forward and sweep and sway. Mobility comes from our ability to move our bodies in different ways. Exhale, walk the body towards the left foot. Open up the foot for a lizard lunge. Hands come on the inside. And you can take this pose as deep as you would like as you float down to the knee. Some padding under the knee is always great. You can come down to the elbows. You can walk the toes a little bit deeper off of the mat. Find what you need as you just pause, as you breathe into the pain of your hips, as you just allow a little bit of stillness here, as you maybe notice the chatter of your mind, and notice yourself just still being present. Maybe your hip is screaming at you. Good. You can inhale the hands up, and then heel just reaches in for a half of a pigeon. A nice support can go under the hips. You can reach in for the inner thigh, spiral it up towards the sky. Hand comes on the opposite hip to align the body. Reach up for a little bit of a little gentle back bend here to settle in. Or if you want, you can go straight down into a more restorative half of a pigeon. Find what you need. Find what feels good for you, what strengthens, what stretches, what gives you that ability to be present. And if you haven't, you can start folding forward. Maybe a gentle rock side to side in the hips is in order. Maybe you can just slow it down and just relax. Because as in our asana practice, there's a time for busyness and strength and work and play, and there's a time for rest. Good. We'll exhale to the sit bone. You can bring the leg that was back up and across. If this is too much, you can exhale that leg long on the bottom for a spinal seated twist as you hug the knee in. Breath comes in. And so you know this sequence of stretches, these 3 stretches, the lizard to half pigeon to the seated stretch, are my favorite cool down hip stretches. So I hope that you enjoy them as much as I do. Beautiful. Exhale that right leg back. Wonderful. Step back to the plank or downward dog, whatever you need. Maybe you want to just roll it up. Now step the opposite foot forward. Maybe it's the right knee bent. Lizard lunge means toes come off of the mat. The hind knee and toes reach down. You can stay extended on the arms and hands, or you can extend down to the elbows. Find whatever you need. Maybe it's a rocking in the hip. Maybe this hip is extra screaming at you. Find what you need. Know you're not alone in your pain, and that these poses that hurt, they're doing deep work. And I'm so proud of you for showing up for yourself. Welcome it in. As you inhale, press up. Heel toe in, or you can just bring the heel in for a half of a pigeon. Slide that hind foot back. You can put a prop under your hip if your booty is up off the earth. If you have one, you can reach up for a little gentle back bend. Or if you want to more restore in your half of a pigeon, find what you need. Maybe you can find the dualistic nature of this pose as we strengthen up in the back bend. And exhale. Squeeze through the pelvic wall. Allow yourself to settle in, and maybe you're ready to start allowing the body to soften forward. Find what you need, my friend. Beautiful. If you find yourself softening forward, but your shoulders are tense and tight, do your best to relax the shoulders. Unclench your jaw and find a little stillness here as you inhale deeply and exhale completely. Beautiful. Inhale up to the sit bone. Top leg can come across. If that bottom leg is too much twisted, you can reach it long. Give yourself love. Give yourself compassion as you twist into the seated twist. And let it go. Breath comes in. And breath dissipates as you exhale the feet forward, and you can take a grand old timber back and set yourself up for a laying Supta Baddha Konasana, where the soles of the feet kiss the soles of the feet. As you restore, you can place some blocks or pillows underneath of the hips here. And just settle in as you really open your hips. If you want to deepen this posture, you can extend the arms wide. Just give yourself a moment to relax the forehead and jaw, to relax through the heart and the shoulders, to let go at the arms and elbows, relax through wrists and hands, letting go at belly and hips, relaxing through legs and thighs, relax ankles and feet, allowing a gentle wave of relaxation that washes over your body. And I want you to breathe deeply in through your nose and exhale completely. Allow your breath to let you settle in, to just be present for any thoughts, for any physical pain or sensation. And if it's at all getting too much in your hips, feel free to extend your legs long and just settle in as we rest. We replenish, restoring, allowing yourself to feel held, knowing that there's a time for rest and work, and rest is where deep healing happens. That this rest is one of the most important parts of our yoga asana, our movement portion of our yoga practice, allowing a full wave of relaxation that washes from head to belly to toes, letting go deeply, and just being as you settle here, as you deepen your relaxation, as you soften, gently bringing your awareness back into your body, and the knees can come together, and you can gently windshield wipe side to side to reset through your hips. You can exhale the toes long, exhale the hands above the head for a full body reach and stretch. You can hug the body in towards the chest. You can stay on the back or roll onto a side and receive these healing affirmations. I love you. I love you. I love you. I am grateful for you. I am grateful for you. I am grateful for you. I am feeling energized and alive. I am feeling energized and alive. I am feeling energized and alive. Breath comes in, giving yourself some love and compassion as you push yourself up into a seat. Bring the palms, kissing palms to your heart center. The love and the light within me honors and acknowledges the love and the light within you, my beautiful friend. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I will see you back here very soon.